I'm Michael Bain, and welcome to Triggered, coming to you, of course, from the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains in Dragon House Studios, and brought to you this week by Armscore Rock Island. And remember that my hunting 10mm pistol is from Rock Island, and it's a doozy. So today we're going to talk about a gun you've already seen and the incredibly worthless, why would anybody buy one of these things, ooh ick, 410 shotgun cartridge. Well, everything I said about the 410 is not true. Before, though, we talk about this Henry Model X in 410, I just want to show you this as a reminder. This is my Marlin Dark. It was made just before Marlin went down, basically went into bankruptcy with Remington Corporation. It is maybe the best .30-30 I have ever shot. Fore end is from Ranger Point Precision. Yes, this is in effect a tactical .30-30. The stock is from England. It's a formed stock and it has an adjustable comb. The sight is from Andy at Skinner Sights, Andy Larson at Skinner Sights. It's a 1:6 designed from the bottom up for lever action rifles. Andy and I talked a lot about this scope before he brought it out. So it's a scope with a reticle that I really like for close-in work. Now, any traditionalists who see this, as I said, are going to sprint to the bathroom, and they're probably going to throw up, because this is the antithesis of a beautifully made wood and steel lever-action rifle, of which I have many. But what this is efficient. It works extremely well. It's maybe the best walking woods rifle I've ever seen. The combination of the scope, the raised comb. If I need, I can put a light on this. If I don't, maybe I can add some more cartridges. There are carriers that fit on the front of the fore end. It's a great gun. So, a while back, I bought this Henry. And I bought it very specifically because we live in rural Colorado. The secret hidden bunker is in rural Colorado. We have gardens. Gardens have pests, lots and lots of pests. We've talked about before, rock rats, which most people call pack rats, are smarter than anybody actually holding a seat in government at this point in the United States. They're brilliant. And because they're brilliant, they are the most efficient destructive device aimed at a garden anybody has ever seen. You can trap them only so much because you know what? They're brilliant. They figure out what a trap looks like. So one of the best things we can do basically is shoot them. Same thing sometimes with rattlesnakes. I will try to relocate a rattlesnake if I can. But sometimes you get a big prairie rattlesnake like one that took up living underneath my barbecue grill, and I just felt that that home was inappropriate for that snake. So we sometimes have snakes. The other thing is we see cyclical rodents, if you will, and that's not rodents on bicycles, but say rabbits. One year we might not have many rabbits at all. We might not see any rabbits. One year, on the other hand, there were rabbits everywhere. And basically we eliminated them as many as we can, because rabbits, if you've got enough rabbits, sooner or later, they're going to figure out how to get past your rabbit fence. So I thought, great, I'll get a 410 shotgun, which is perfect because if you're shooting shot, hey. So I got this gun from Henry. I thought, this is a great gun. I really like this gun. 19.5-inch barrel. No sights, but it's got a bead on the front, fiber optic bead. 6 rounds of 2.5-inch 410. Obviously, polymer frame. This is their X series. It's polymer. Got a little like pick rail in the front here. But what I didn't realize when I got it was any 410. I thought I had a case of 410 in the gunroom, and indeed I did, 3-inch. I had exactly, I think, 6 2.5-inch 410s and couldn't buy any more. So I set the project aside, but I'm here to say now, this is amazing. You can buy 410. You can buy 410 upland game loads. You can buy 410 regular shot, 7.5, 8 shot. You can buy 410 buckshot. Not a huge selection, but it's there in a lot of places. And so for me, this project has suddenly taken on a new life. We're going to talk about the project when I get back. So welcome back to Triggered, and coming in perfect timing for planting the new garden, 410 is now around. This is Winchester, it's number 4 shot, it's upland game, it's turkey, it's small game shot for a 410. This is Remington Defense, it's 4 pellets, a buckshot. I would prefer federal buckshot, but that's not going to happen. Again, I have chronographed federal buckshot. I've shot it into gelatin. And in federal buckshot, all 4 of the pellets penetrated 12 to 16 inches, which is really within the FBI standard. But I also have a case of 7.5 shot coming. I think it's S&B, seller and below. But that is coming to the house, which is a perfect thing to use when you're carrying the gun around. But one of the changes I want to make, just because I don't like this polymer front end as much as I thought I would. I don't like it at all. But Ranger Point Precision to the rescue, the very same type of Ranger Point Precision front end that we put on the Marlin Dark 3030. That's going to go on here. What you see here is leather. The leather is to wrap the lever, because I just find that a lot more comfortable in running the gun. My plan is to pretty much focus on the shot cartridges. Maybe the first one, the upland game cartridges, and the remaining guns in the tube would normally be like 7.5 shot. Why? The great thing about shot is a friend of mine, Mark, is a really good friend of mine. He works for farmers, he understands farming, and he goes, what you need is that shot, because it dissipates quickly. Now, nobody lives around the secret hidden bunker, but on the other hand, 7.5, 8 shot is not going to travel very far, but it's going to travel enough to be a really bad day for your average bunny, for your average pack rat, for your average fill-in-the-blank, small, really annoying pest that sometimes you can get when you plant a large garden. The buckshot, if I say had to walk the property, and I might be looking for something like a coyote, or I might want to, if I run into something along those lines, this is a, we try to keep this a coyote-free zone, but there is no spot in the Rocky Mountain West that is a coyote-free zone. They leave their calling cards for us on a pretty regular basis. But I would easily take the number 4 buckshot all day long against a coyote, against a mountain lion, which is a soft-skinned animal. But the other thing that I'm going to change here is this has screw-in chokes. It has the Invector-style screw-in chokes. Right now, it's got a cylinder bore choke in it. That means that there's no choke at all. It's just open cylinder gun. I have ordered full, extra full, and I think light medium, which light medium is kind of the universal choke for everything. But for something like 7.5, 8 shot, I'm going to go with a full choke, and we're going to see how that patterns. When we come back, we're going to talk a little about self-defense. This week's Triggered is brought to you by Armscore Rock Island Armory. What's your passion? Taurus USA. Always ready, always bring it. And SDS Imports the Thesis PX9. Thesis means quality. Welcome back to Triggered. Last week we introduced our Your Best Defense segment, a little bit on some of the self-defense issues that we're looking at that are new. Well, this week Greg Ellifritz wrote a great article on the changes in mass shootings. Now, Greg, retired law enforcement, 30 years as a trainer, international traveler, author, and easily one of the best trainers I have ever been privileged to take a course with, suggests that the whole paradigm, if you will, with mass shooters has changed. Instead of a guy standing in the middle of the street or standing in the middle of a mall shooting people, you see the case like the sniper more recently. He had a sniper setup, had multiple rifles, he had everything except skill, thank God. You see more drive-by shootings. You see more automatic weapons on the street. You see dangerous gang shootings that end up with dead bystanders. Subway shooting also comes to mind. Now, Does that change our response? Does that change the response that you might have been taught in a self-defense class 10 years ago? Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. Greg suggests, and I heartily agree with him, that your best defense in the case of the new breed of mass shooters is run. Get out of the kill zone. If you have your family with you, the most important thing to remember is that people that you've taken responsibility for, family, friends, are your overwhelming first responsibility. And your job is to get them out of the kill zone and get them out as quickly as you can. Because with the new breed of mass shooters that we're seeing, you don't have a response. You're carrying a .380, you're carrying a 9mm there on the 3rd floor, shooting out a window. Not going to work for you. And remember, every bullet you fire is your responsibility. It has a lawyer attached to it. In a drive-by shooting, somebody with one of those little buzz switches they bought from the Chinese, that's not something that you think you can return fire on. Doesn't work that way. Get out of the kill zone. Got a link, of course, for you with Greg's article on michaelbain.tv, where Triggered is free every week. You can also find us on YouTube, and you can find us on Rumble. Thanks to Arms Corps Rock Island for sponsoring us this week. And hey, until next week when we see you again, stay safe out there.